Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Many beginners have commented that multi-threading is too confusing. Please make videos on it. So in response to their request, I will be creating videos on multi-threading. Okay. So multi-threading is most important topic in Java and nowadays it is widely used everywhere. And yes, it is true that multi-threading is bit confusing. But don't worry, I will explain all the points in a simplified way so that you can easily understand it without any confusion. Okay? So just keep watching and most importantly, keep practicing on it because if you practice more, you will get perfection more. Simple as that. Okay? So without wasting time, let's begin. So first of all, let's discuss the agenda that I will follow in this course. Okay? So let's discuss it. So first I will explain about multitasking because to understand the concept of multi-threading, you should have basic knowledge about multitasking. Okay? Because multi-threading concept is based on multitasking and therefore first I will explain what is multitasking, then I will explain types of multitasking. There are two types of multitasking: process based multitasking, that is multiprocessing, and thread based multitasking, that is multi-threading. Basically, we can achieve multitasking by two ways: by multiprocessing and by multi-threading. Okay. Then I will explain why multi-threading, that is purpose of multi-threading and uses of multi-threading. Where multi-threading concept is used in a real-time scenario, I will explain everything. Okay. Then I will explain how we can implement multi-threading in programming. So to implement multi-threading in programming, first we should know about thread, right? Because multi-threading is completely based on thread. And therefore, first I will explain what is thread. Then I will explain importance of thread, that is why do we need thread, and then we are going to discuss life cycle of thread. How thread life cycle is going on, how many states are there and all. Okay? And once you understand what is thread and life cycle of thread, then I will explain how we can create thread. Because to use thread in a program, first we will have to create it, right? So first I will explain how to create thread in Java. Basically in Java, we can create thread by two ways: by extending thread class and another way is by implementing runnable interface. I will explain both the ways. Okay? Alright. After that, I will explain methods of thread such as sleep method, join method, current thread method, get priority method, set priority method and all. I will list out all the methods later. Okay? Then I will explain about daemon thread. What is daemon thread, how it work and all. After that, I will explain the concept of thread priority. How to set priority, how to get priority and all. Then we are going to see most important topic in multi-threading and its thread synchronization. In that I will explain what is synchronization, why do we need to use synchronization, what are the advantages and disadvantages of synchronization. And then I will explain how we can achieve synchronization. So we can achieve synchronization by using synchronize method, synchronize block and static synchronization. Okay, and at the end I will explain about inter-thread communication. Here we will see what is inter-thread communication, by using which methods we can achieve inter-thread communication and all. Okay. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in this course. So I will start from the next video. And in the next video, I will explain about what is multitasking and types of multitasking, process-based multitasking and thread-based multitasking, as well as I will explain purpose of multi-threading and uses of multi-threading. Okay. So let's see you in the next one, because for now I am going to end this session. So keep learning, keep growing, and thank you so much for watching.